Hey, what is up you guys? You're here. Welcome back to another lorcana video. It's been a while since we've had anything on this channel besides the podcast, but I really wanted to get more into lorcana content, and I've been kind of like trying to rack my head on what I wanted to do. And one of those things is actually casting. I would like to learn how to cast, do a bit more of it, and I've done a bit of it in the past, nothing too major, but it would be really cool if I could get more practice on it, hopefully learn from some people that have been doing it, and see where we go from there. And recently, I think we got a pretty good opportunity to kind of get this going. My team, the Lords of Lore, were invited to the ICL, the Illumineer Champions League, and this has been going on for a while now, but we finally got invited to it and have a chance to compete. If you don't know what it is, basically it is a bunch of really kind of like well-known lorcana teams that are just going head-to-head. The rules are really cool. Basically every week, each team is going to field 3 players. None of the players can use the same ink colors, so you can't have like 2 purple players, say, or anything like that. And you take turns fighting your opponent for the week, and every round you field a different player. The team's player that loses the first round for the second round gets to decide if they want to be on the play or on the draw. And then for round 3, of course, the same thing applies from round 2. So it really does feel like a team event, but most notably we are allowed to make content on it. So I just thought this would be a cool time to practice my casting a bit. So yeah, I'm going to be casting over one of our matches every week. And just to have some fun with it, I'm going to get a guest commentator on me every week, and we're going to try and not have repeats. So let's see how many people I can convince to do this with me. But yeah, this is gonna be for fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see what other content we can come up with for the channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you for the next one. All right, we are back with the first ever episode of, what is it, Zero Cast? Zero is gonna be casting, and this is gonna be our first episode.
Zero casters?
Yes, so once again, we are covering the ICL. This is week 2. I'm joined here with my guest commentator for the week. We have Allison, aka Nadaclu, our
Hello.
Lords of Lore member, also team mom, also kind of manager. She kind of does everything for us, really, but it is awesome, including casting, and she's going to help me cast today. Yes, would you like to introduce yourself? Anything you want while everyone over here is shuffling and getting ready?
Cutting and shuffling.
Yes,
the most
yes.
exciting part. No, I think you covered it. Yeah, so Lords of Lore, everything that we need. Also trying to wrangle everyone for the ICL, so that was very interesting this week.
that was all your job, so thank you again for that.
And then at the end of the week, they're like, you did the matchups wrong. And I'm like, how am I to know who you're facing round 1? I'm doing my best here.
Right.
But
anyway, yeah, so it looks like our competitors have gotten started, but we have today, from Lords of Lore, our side, we have Ed, aka SP Jitter, playing yellow purple against Anthony from NVR Shift, who is playing purple steel. And this is actually round 3, so we've had our 2 previous players already played, and we are currently tied. We are 1-1.
Yes,
and this is the last match.
1-1.
All the marbles.
It is Ed's nightmare. He told me, please don't make me clutch up. I'm begging.
Oh.
And then I told him, it's time to clutch.
we put him in the last spot where he's supposed to clutch first. But if you had to if you think you want somebody to win here, who would you be rooting for?
Like, who would I put in the slot? Or who am I rooting for
out of
between
these
2?
Yeah, between these 2.
Oh, Ed!
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, okay. Obviously, my guy, my boy.
Maybe, yeah, the casters are a little biased today, but this might be the case.
Purple. I got Lords of Lore in
yes,
here.
yes, all dressed up for the case. But
purple.
Yeah, Ed is starting on the draw.
Here.
Yeah. Ed is starting on the draw here, and we are getting started with some very normal plays. First, Purple Steel gets the Diablo out, so Diablo kind of tells me this is going to be like a little bit of like a lower to the ground Purple Steel deck.
And you do see that Christopher Robin as well.
Yes,
which means he
did
is
go second,
trying to go fast. Yes. And then we have Ed with Willow, the card of the season, I would say. I think that this is also the card that makes yellow, purple, Yerple, as we call it over here, much more viable and much more competitive.
Yeah, it gets to cheat kind of like Blurple and get ahead of the game with some of their purple plays. But
even right there, you see turn
right
3,
there.
Genie down.
Turn 3 Genie.
And I know how you feel about Genies.
Yes,
Genies can win you the whole game.
We love Genies, our favorite card. One thing to note that I'm seeing here, Anthony actually has not been questing his Diablo. Ed does have the Rafiki on the field, does have the Grandmother Willow, so they can take out the Diablo. What this is telling me is in his hand, he has strength, right? There we go. So it was telling me he has strength because he knows that
100%.
in yellow-purple, they want to do what Blurple does, and that's get the Genie out on turn 3. So he doesn't want to quest the Diablo because if he loses it, then he can't actually take the Genie out on this turn. So yeah, we see that perfectly. And he gets Yzma on the field too, on curve. So
which is great because I think he has 1 card in hand right now, if that is his card right there.
I believe so, yes.
Unless Ed has a great answer for this Yzma, he's going to get to refill his hand.
Yes.
Which is exactly what he wants to do.
Yeah, and if you guys aren't used to the layout here, you can see underneath each player's names, that is how much ink they currently have. And we have the lore, of course, at the bottom here.
And they always have the Elsa. When in doubt, they have the Elsa. And he's like, all right, it's fine.
Yes.
I will absolutely trade my Rafiki for an Yzma. I'll take that trade any day of the week.
Elsa on 4 ink is amazing, but this is the great strength of the fact that he had the Rafiki from turn 1. It's really helping out his matchup right here, especially since he's on the draw, so he's kind of playing from behind here. But Elsa was a very clutch pickup there because not only did he get to take care of the Yzma, and as you were saying, Anthony was kind of struggling there with cards in hand. It looked like if Yzma got to go off, that could have been the end of the game right there. But with Elsa, we also could take care of the Diablo, we take care of the Yzma, and now we have a game.
And the hard thing about playing around the strength, it's annoying in blue. You can't be questing. So Purple Steel sometimes has a big advantage where they'll like start questing Diablos, they'll start questing their smaller pieces. But if you're waiting for that strength play, you just can't do that. So luckily for Ed, even though he doesn't have as much board presence, it's only 0-1. Like this Christopher Robin has not been questing, that Diablo was not questing. So looking good on Ed's side.
Yeah, and all that could all be attributed with that Rafiki in play, because if Christopher Robin quested, Rafiki gets a free trade in and survives that matchup, trade as well. So
100%.
Yeah, very heads up play, and it's really keeping him in the game here. But yeah, we are actually seeing the board. It trades back and forth very quickly, and this is the reason that I think a lot of players are leaning on Yurple now over like Blurple and such, as we have this Horseman Strikes card, which is really influential, especially in purple matchups, where if you looked at the board there, you could say it was kind of leaning in Anthony's favor.
Yeah, 100%.
One fell swoop, suddenly things are looking great for Ed's side.
And that card's such an interesting card, and I always am curious about Ravensburger as they're making these, because that's such a meta-based card. Like, the meta is so evasive heavy with Elsas, with Genies, with Dumbos, both into many of the top-tier purple decks. Even, like, Prince Philip, if you're playing against blue-green. And so this card that may not have been that exciting when it came out is, like, has given life to a whole new deck just by the fact of the meta. So it's very interesting to me.
Yeah, and I think we have to remember when this card came out, Amber was kind of just struggling as a color. It still kind of is. We see it doing well here in like Amber Amethyst, but that's very recent. Amber Steel still comes up every once in a while, but having this is really nice. But yeah, as we saw, Ed decided to go into that Christopher Robin with his Grandmother Willow and Elsa, which was a very good trade.
Then allowed Anthony to clean up with his own Elsa. So he did get rid of both of the Willows.
Yes. So
I do remember, we're going to have to watch Ed on this game. So for the audience, I was observing game 1 and game 2. I actually did not see game 3. So I'm very excited for game 3.
I think I was the opposite. I saw game 2 and 3, and I think I missed some of game 1.
Well, let me tell you, we might have just missed it in talking about cards and meta, but Ed needs to learn his Willow triggers, because there were many times when this man did not do his Willow triggers.
I think it gets confusing with multiple Willows too. Like, he played one Willow out, and I think he forgot that his second Willow gave him another ink right there. But
this was also an interesting choice for him here. I believe it's right here. He plays this Bell. He only moves 2 damage off the Elsa. I don't know why he does that. We had to have a team chat after. I said
we're gonna have to have a conversation.
Use all the damage.
Yeah, I believe.
What are we doing?
We may be too used to Cheshire Cat here, because Cheshire Cat can only ever move 2. A lot of players have been getting off of the Bell. Blurple is not really on Bell anymore, and we don't really see it very often in Yellow Purple either. So I think he's kind of just used to 2 damage there. But yeah.
But he could have moved that 3.
Right, very true.
And I said, I go, okay. I think it does end up mattering later in the game.
Probably. Yeah.
So we had to have a team talk after to be like, all right, so good job. Proud of you.
But yeah,
practice our willows.
One thing I think we're noticing in this match, and probably in most purple matchups we're gonna see, is it's a very kind of like you're jockeying for control here. Like you keep trading we see in every turn the board state kind of just trades heavily in one favor or the other, and it's going to keep going. And as it's happening, you see neither of them are really gaining lore, because that's all they're really worried about right now, is getting control of the board. And I think they
have these key pieces too, right? So like Ed had those willows. You don't really want to quest with your willow unless you're getting like a really important trade. And this Cheshire Cat is somewhat similar. Like, you don't really want to give up your Cheshire
first
Cat
Demona hits the field.
Unless you have to with the Demona, which is great. But sometimes these games, even though they're a little bit faster decks, they have to keep these key pieces up, which is why this Demona is so great, because she just says, I can hit whatever I want.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you went a little robotic on me for a second there, but I think you're okay now. you're totally fine now, but that might happen again.
Oh my God, let me know.
Yes, but Demona, I think so. We've chatted about this a lot, Allison. We've talked about these genie wars that Purple has, and I've been talking about it a lot in a long time. But we've noticed this new kind of war happening, the Demona wars, where that starts going back and forth, and we'll see the winner of that is usually the one who plays Demona last, because Demona has a Stone by Day ability just like all the other gargoyles, but she also draws everyone up to 3 and exerts everyone. So the last Demona that gets played, we usually see it will basically stun all other Demonas on the opposing field.
Yep, because what we see a lot, which we will see in this game, I bet, is that Demona does something, quests, sings, whatever it may be, and then someone plays the other Demona, you draw up to 3, well, now you're stuck. Now your Demona is tapped, you're stuck there, and the only good thing about that is that she's a 5/6, and so unless you are have like a Let It Go or an Into the Unknown or something, you may still have to hit into the Demona, like may do now. Though I think he's going to end up taking out the Elsa with that Elsa, and then the Bell with that Doc, which makes great trade sense.
Yeah, so we saw something interesting on the previous turn where after Ed plays the Demona, we see all of Anthony's cards get exerted, and he kind of thought for a second there when Olaf was taken out. And obviously in Purple Steel, the reason you play this Olaf is you want to bounce that Doc back into hand.
Yeah.
And he actually opts not to do that. And I think that was a kind of tough choice that he had to make, because obviously he wants the Doc's 2 cards, but he Bell also went down to 1 health because he traded with the Cheshire Cat. So he wanted to use a Doc to take care of it, which he just did. Which is the reason he didn't bounce it back. So that was a very interesting decision that had to be made there. But the Elsa is a very nice pickup. We get to exert the Demona. That's another way to freeze her. We turn her to stone if you are a little greedy and you kept 3 cards on the previous turn.
And then Ed just played down this Iago, which honestly, this Iago can do so much work, particularly if, I think a lot of decks are playing less actions. Mm-hmm. You're maybe only running some decks are only running strengths, right? Like they're taking some of those uninkable actions out in order to be more consistent. And so this Iago can stick around for a really long time.
Yeah, I think with Purple Steel. I saw your cat. But yeah, especially with purple steel, yeah, we really only see like strength being the main action being left in. No real like fire to cannons, nothing really small recently anymore. But here we go, Demona Wars are starting already.
They're starting.
The Demona out and gets to draw some cards off of it.
Which is great for Anthony because he has such board presence, and that Demona's not going to untap.
And we already had this Gargoyle ready to take out this Genie, 4/4 with alert. So this is again swinging now back to purple steel side. Anthony is getting the 1-up at the moment. But look at the lore. We're still at 0-3.
We haven't moved.
We have not moved. We are just jockeying for control here. And usually we're scared to quest because that will just give up some control usually.
Yeah.
But readying just
we do. I just want to highlight again that dock with the Olaf play because we do see it play out well here for Anthony, where that Genie does come down and he sacrificed his dock to get rid of the bell, but he kept up his alert character and was able to immediately respond to the Genie and say, get out of here.
Yeah, and not only that, he did find his Demona, which just ended up being... Oh, there we go. And there we go again. There we go. The Demona Wars continues. And this Demona is getting a little more value because we are freezing this Demona. We're also freezing this Gargoyle. I've forgotten his name, but the Steel Gargoyle.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm looking him up.
Oh, you forgot too? Okay, all right.
I did too. And I watched Gargoyles growing up, but
I did not. That's my excuse.
You did not?
I did not.
You should.
No.
I must recommend.
I should. I think they scared me as a kid. I was easily scared as a kid, so that was fair. Part of the case. But yeah, now that this Demona is down, we can finally get some trades in. Parrot is gonna take out the Captain Hook, and the board is back into Ed's favor now. We got 2 Demonas on his board.
I think it's so interesting about these Gargoyle characters, which I love that they. I mean. You gotta admit, Ravensburger, they do theming well with Disney, and they bring interesting dynamics to the game because he actually doesn't have to worry about this Demona or this other little guy whose name I will find.
It starts with an L.
Because it does, I know, but Ed doesn't have to worry about them because they're not gonna untap, and so he's able to make different trades. He's able to put that Iago into the Captain Hook and another one. I mean,
dock with no effect. Yeah, and just to get it out of the hand so that we can play the Demona. I think that makes a lot of sense. There's a question to keeping the dock for
I was going to ask you.
Yeah. So that depends, I guess, how much impact you think, because Anthony is at 8 ink, so it was kind of like on curve to be able to play the dock before the Demona. But if he did keep it in hand, he would have it for the next time. But you got to think, if you did keep the dock in hand, that's 1 less card you're drawing right now. And just to draw 2 cards later.
And also you're drawing 2 cards back in. Yeah. But you also have to hold on to that card, so you have to be spending all your cards. It might just end up awkward later versus just having another body on the board.
Yeah, but as
and he may have drawn another Demona with the way things are going.
Yeah, possibly, with all these Demonas already crowding the field. But yeah, Ed's Demonas are frozen this turn, but he does get another Grandmother Willow out and a Genie to follow.
Off that,
This has always been an interesting thing with Yurple versus Blurple, because they do get to cheat like Blurple does. They do get their characters out earlier. But as you saw, once Anthony got rid of the Grandmother Willow, suddenly they're playing this like fair game now again, right? Where they're back to the regular ink level. But now that he's playing the Grandmother Willow again, now he is another, again, 1 step ahead in terms of ink.
And the Gargoyle name, I looked it up, is Lexington.
So
sorry. So sorry, Disney
Sorry,
fans.
Gargoyle
So sorry,
fans.
Gargoyle. Yeah, I am so sorry.
I have an excuse. I didn't watch, but Allison has no excuse.
Wow, okay, so we do see the other tough thing is that, these games go on longer and longer, and so Ed has a lot of ink, and he is not only able to cheat with the Willow, but he's also just able to play. So he played a Willow, a Genie,
and
a Cheshire, and boosted his Cheshire.
Yeah, so the parrot took out the Lexington, got up to 5 damage on him. So now he just boosted 2 damage over to this Demona just to set him up to get taken care of the following turn, I would assume. But I would expect this to happen. The problem is, as we mentioned in the start of the game, the purple steel player looks a little more low to the ground. We got these Diablos, we got these Docs, like we're a little bit more lower to the ground. Yellow purple is very much more control. It's kind of leaning towards purple.
Yeah.
The longer the game goes, if you are at 3 lore this far into the game, you're going to be at a disadvantage, I would think. So we're kind of seeing that with the board state at the moment, at least.
I agree. And we see a strength go down, and I think Anthony really had to consider there. It was a tough choice. Do you respect the Cheshire, or do you get rid of the evasive?
He has another as well, though, because the Demona just sang another strength. So yeah, first.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, first strength took out the cat, which
Cheshire,
I think is correct. Yeah, I think it's really correct.
I think that's
one of the best.
Man,
cards.
Sometimes when I play a Hades, I'll Hades a Cheshire over a Hades.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I hate that cat. I hate that cat so much. It makes so many trades.
Which is crazy. But yeah, the second strength looks to take out the parrot, which I mean is a big threat. It was threatening this Demona. Now that it has taken 2 damage, it only has 4 health left. So.
Yeah.
But back to Ed's turn. He does finally have less than 3 cards in hand, so the Demonas are able to be ready. And let's see what he can do. Is he
finally gonna get some lore?
Is he finally gonna get some lore? That is the real question here. But Hades gonna come down.
Ooh, Hades coming down.
Right. So here,
and
what do you think? Which would you take this deal here, Allison? Would you give your opponent 2 cards here, or would you lose? I'm assuming that the Demona is who he's targeting here.
I don't think I would take. I would put it to the bottom of the deck.
You put it to the bottom? It looks like Anthony's thinking the same. Okay, yeah. It looks like he's making the same decision. He's going to put that Demona to the bottom. But that's a tough call to make. Like in my head, would I make the same choice here? Especially, yes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say what I always think about, and I don't know if this is right, but I think, do they have something that they can, would giving these 2 cards potentially give something that would be really effective for them right now, or do they already have a bunch of resources available? And so I think Ed only had 1 card, and in that situation, there's so many disaster cards that can come up with ink still available to Ed. So I don't think there's any way you're giving him 2 cards. I just don't.
Yeah, so that's the tough call. Yeah, so he did have, I think it was only 1 card in hand. Like, do you give him 2 cards there? But at the same time, look what just happened. Since the Hades got the Demona off the field, and Ed had the ready Demona, and a damaged Demona is on Anthony's side, he just got to trade the Demona for free into his Demona, and he used the Cheshire Cat, moved 2 damage over. Now the Diablo's gone too, and all you have left is these 2 Docs, and you're staring at a Legion right here, because we have 2 Demonas, we have a Genie, we have a Hades hiding in the gates of Olympus here, which is kind of funny because he's not allowed to be there. But yeah, this is tough. This is like a crazy board. And then like now that I'm looking at it, if I was Anthony, I would be like, should I have just given him 2 cards here? Because this seems like it's going to be a tough wall to breach right here.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. I think the issue is that with purple, they're gonna draw into more draw cards.
They're gonna draw into more,
and it's just I do think that Steel does have some ability to put some smaller things down that have challenging potential or have better trade potential, and so maybe for a purple Steel, it's not, you might feel like you can make it back up more easily.
Yeah. So we see this Genie come down, and Anthony's also going to play this Yzma, which I think it's going to be the make or break here. So yeah, the 2 Docs are going to take out this Grandmother Willow that was exerted. And I think this is going to decide the game. Does this Yzma survive the next turn or not? I think Anthony really needs it to.
Ed has
even
1
have a
card.
Chance. Yeah, Ed only has the 1 card. I think did he just draw another one? But
Yeah, he has 2 cards now, 1 card starting.
So we'll have to see if he has an answer.
Yeah. Otherwise, it may be that Ed is just starting to run away with this. He is going to take out...
He's going to boost first, it looks like, to start.
Now, I think he just gestured to taking out 1 dock.
Yes, so 1 dock's going to go down. Hades is taking out the other one. And then he's going to take
the other with the Hades.
And what are the cards he's hiding in his hand that he's not really showing us yet?
It's not a Cheshire, because otherwise you could have taken out the Yzma.
That's true. That's true. If it was a Cheshire, you would want to wait and probably move more damage. Either take out the Genie or the Yzma there. But it looks like we're
running
just questing.
Up to 11. Yeah.
Big
with
quest.
6 quests.
And no, we don't have an answer. So at least
that's not what you want. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah. So Anthony does have the chance to look at more cards here with the Yzma, but also so let's look at Ed's field here. He has the cat, and a Laundry, which he just played. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He has 9 to quest with on board. So he does have win on board. So Anthony actually has to answer this right now. Anyway, so
and
it may be too late.
He can't clear anything with just this Genie that he has. So if he wanted to clear, he would have to use the Yzma, but then he doesn't get his cards, or he needs to search for these cards and see if he gets something.
Snake to start.
Snake is great when you're at 18. It's not so great when you...
yeah, it's a little far away for his effect to be really scary at the moment. But we do see the discard.
It is interesting to see him discard at this... Oh, for the Yzma, I see. He is likely trying to get down to a point where he can draw the full 3.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would maybe be playing that Lexington.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
so he has a cat.
Okay, so he is going to be able to take something out. Yes, because he is able to trade and then move. He can take out that Genie.
He could, yes.
So he can refill his hand, but then... and he did do, the... Snake, the Cobra, is going to be able to potentially take something out.
Right.
It's got a 4/4.
Yeah, he's going for the draw with the Yzma now. I believe he gets 3 cards. Yes. Yeah. So he was empty-handed. Thanks to
and he's leaving that Genie up. I'm assuming so. He draws a Strength or a Song of some kind.
Yeah. Or if he wants to trade.
Yeah, if he needs to challenge and then do the boosting of the Cheshire. But he definitely has 1 more turn in him.
Yes, and Genie's going to go in. It looks like he has to go for the challenge, and the cat will have to boost to remove that Genie just to keep him alive. He's trying to just stay into the game right now, and removing the Genie just does buy him another turn, hopefully.
And we see with the Cheshire Cat, so the Genie Wars have upgraded to the Genie Cat Wars.
The Genie Cat Wars, yes. I mean, it's always been a part.
Just Genie on Genie.
Yeah, it's always been a part of Genie Wars. Except before we had a Belle as part of the Genie Wars, but now it's the cat.
You're right.
Yes.
Now it's the cat.
It's just evolved Genie Wars.
Devolved?
Yes.
Is it Belle to cat would be a devolution?
But no, that's true. In terms of science, yes. But we get a book just to look. Mowgli, cops. There's another snake and an Elsa in hand.
Another snake. Would have been nice again if he had been able to quest more at the start, but it just was not possible with what.
It's looking really good for Ed right now. It looks like he's come back in game 1. I'll say this matchup is very, very interesting, very fun. As we saw, just huge swings on the board back and forth until one person eventually edges out. But
I will say it's not looking good for the clock. These players are taking a long time.
This is a long game.
This is a long game. The ICL is nice. It's 60-minute matches, but I believe... Ooh, a Sven! I mean... That's just wonderful.
Yes, and we get to take out a Genie for free there.
We get to get a Genie
as you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game ends up taking 30 minutes.
This one, game 1 is a pretty long one. But we can see why when I think every time we checked back in, neither of them had quested for 10
Neither
turns.
of them had quested. And I get why. I understand why. They were trying to build up their ink, build up their board. It was control kind of back and forth. He does take out that Yzma, which you absolutely have to, and he trades away 1 lore for 1 lore.
I think that's super smart here because obviously you could have quested to get even closer to 20, but if we take the Yzma out, we're really just no more draw for Anthony. Like he has to deal with the board with what he has in hand and the one draw that he's gonna get right now at the start of turn. So looks like he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be game one. Ed takes it from on the draw. So very nice pickup here. Brings us closer to victory.
And for awareness for the ICL, the way that it works is you roll on the first match and roll decides.
Yes.
But then after that, whoever lost the first match, whichever team lost the first match, gets to decide the second match. So for Lords of Lore, we got absolutely obliterated the first match. It was tough to watch. It ended in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what dogs would do to you.
Yeah, it was dogs versus a blue steel that saw no removal. Yes. And the sails hit every single one of his thunderbolts. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
Round 2, it was a mirror Blurple v Blurple, so that of course went to time. But we did win that one, which was great.
And we got to be on the play
Ed,
because we were the losers.
We got to be on the play. Exactly, which is great for us. And so then Ed did end up being on the draw for this last one. So extra scary to clutch it up when you have to be on the draw.
But he did it. He did it. Yeah.
And I think with those Willows, like, you can cheat some stuff out to keep up, particularly if you're not playing against a Blurple deck. If you're playing against the deck that is kind of following standard ink character ratios, and so I think that does help him on the draw.
Yeah, I think like I have mentioned it before the video, but part of the game is you can't have the same ink colors between any of your teammates. So you can share ink colors, but you can't share the exact same ink colors. So this is our little way of playing two Blurples without actually playing two Blurples, is we play yellow purple instead. So,
yes.
I think those of you who've been following us, the Lords of Lore, you know a lot of us are Blurple players. So we have to find a way to sneak some more.
Too many, some might say.
Some might say too many.
Some might say.
Yeah.
Some might say, get another hobby. Please.
What, like dogs? Oh my god. But with dogs turning into such a predominant deck,
well,
some of us might be changing our tune a little bit.
I have seen a lot of players in our team chat sharing their weeklies. And it is dogs. It's dogs down the line.
It's dogs everywhere.
And we did have someone in the community.
We let them out.
Say. Truly, who let them out?
Yeah.
We did have someone share, if you're going, they're a community member, not a team member, but they said, if you're going to a competition, you should ask yourself, am I playing dogs? And if the answer is no, you should say, why? So that's kind of the state of the meta right now. But, I think people are finding ways around it. The red-purple deck is really interesting with more locations. So some of that under the sea doesn't hit. I've been playing that. That's kind of fun, kind of spicy.
I think we'll find a way. We'll find a way. Dogs. We're going to put them down.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter because next week at the ICL, it's Infinity. So
it's Infinity next week.
It shan't be dogs, for sure. It definitely won't. It may be Amber Steel Hyper Aggro, which will be a nightmare, but it shan't be dogs.
Yeah, and I'm not the biggest fan, so you won't caught me in these games, but you'll catch me in this chair. I will be casting next week too. So yes, we'll be watching instead of playing. But Allison will be playing, so
unfortunately,
yeah, maybe we'll see you on the screen. We'll see.
That's true. Yeah.
But again on the draw because Ed was the winner for the last round, so we are going to this is not going to be as pretty as Anthony starts with the Captain Hook, but Ed doesn't find his one drop on this turn, which might be a little rough.
The only good thing is that Ed really wanted to win that first game, because then even if it goes to game 3, he's gonna get to be on the play, which will be great for him.
Like the first game is always super important because it'll decide like if you're gonna be the last be on the play on the last turn. But we're gonna be inking the world's greatest here, playing out that Grandmother Willow, so we do get to cheat, play some Blurple games today.
Makes sense to me. That's kind of what you have to do, but it is tough. Number one, he has a Christopher Robin and a Captain Hook, so you're not taking anything out.
Yeah.
he also can ink and play a strength just off the rip if he really wanted to,
like
and
that?
then just kind of, and there he goes.
Oh yeah, no, okay. So this is the part that makes your Blurple probably a little less than Blurple, is you can get deramped because you can't deramp Blurple. There's no removal of ink besides like Ink Geyser, but that's not happening till later, right?
Yeah.
But here we go.
But that's a joint.
Yeah, you can remove the Grandmother Willow though, and suddenly you're on the back foot here because you're not gonna be on 4 ink on the following turn anymore. And not only that, you had nothing on the field since the Grandmother Willow was removed. The Captain Hook and Christopher Robin just got the quest, and Anthony already has more lore this turn than he did like on turn 8, the last one. So. Great start for him. And a Genie to follow up.
And you can see there. Yeah, and then you could see that Ed, I think he inked his Iago, which may be what he was planning to play to start slowly cleaning up the board. And instead has to play this Cheshire, which is fine, but he's going to have to trade if he wants to boost, and then he can't play a 4 cost, or it's going to have to sit there. It's just very awkward.
Yeah, so what we could have seen was like if Grandmother Willow was still in the field, Iago could have come down next, and then if Anthony didn't have an answer for it, then Elsa comes down, exerts this Genie, and then Iago just gets to wipe it out. So
great trade.
Yeah, so we see the benefit of just straight up casting strength and hitting that Grandmother Willow. Just if you can find a way to get rid of her, that's probably the right answer.
It's well worth it.
But
and this is a great play from Ed that we just see. So I was just gonna say, Anthony ends up not questing with anything on the board, and Ed is going to 4 ink. So I'm curious if he has another strength in hand. He was trying to keep his 3 characters, play another character, sing with that Genie, and take out whatever Genie Ed had played. So instead, Ed plays the Horseman, gets rid of Anthony's Genie, draws a card, but still has like 0 board presence.
Yeah.
But I think he was trying to play around that strength a little bit.
Yeah, it makes sense, especially when you have the cat on the field. You really want to protect him from any further strengths. But we do see Anthony has 2 characters to play on this turn as well. He gets the Lexington. I won't forget your name again. And
I'll never do that to you again. I'm so sorry.
Right. So a lot of pressure.
Is also, yeah.
So we did get the Genie off of the field, but like Allison said, we did not get any characters onto the field. So just this lone cat against his big field. He probably can't exert.
Huge field.
Yeah, it's a rough. You can't exert. Lexington can take you out on its own, and you're gonna have to find a way to try and break this board. Before
now, if he can do anything, the nice thing about moving damage is he can take out that Calhoun with the cat, because the resist does not count when he moves the damage. But there's nothing that he can hit right now that would leave enough to move or the cat alive.
Right. With nothing exerted yet.
We do see the Willow go down, and then he does remember the Willow trigger and plays Diago, which is part of why, Blurple is great, Tipo is great, but this Willow is also nice because you can play her and then sneak out a character before they can respond. So she's great early game, she's great late game, and then the Demona does come out.
Yeah,
and
so
this is going to be tough.
I think, Ed was a little concerned because we saw Anthony was at 5 ink, and he has to develop a board, because if he doesn't, then Anthony just gets out of control. But doing so, you kind of just waltz straight into the Demona here, because this is probably also like a little bit of the issue with him being deramped so early, was usually he wants to be the one to get there first. But now that this Demona's here, Anthony's going to be able to dictate the trades here. So, we lose the Grandmother Willow for free with Calhoun. Calhoun gets the 2 lore off of her ability. And then we also lose the cat with this Lexington. Very strong 4/4 body. And then we quest out. And
then we start questing. Yeah. Because I think Anthony also feels really comfortable with that Lexington down. He's like, you can take out my Christopher Robin. I'll take out... I'll throw my Lexington back in. I guess I wouldn't kill. But
and this is a really great position for him too, because now this is the turn where if Ed had Demona, he could possibly play it, but it has a lot less impact now that he doesn't really have characters on the board. He lost his cat, so now he can't even move damage around anymore. And Anthony's already played a Demona, so they've both already drawn cards, so even the drawing cards not as impactful this time
it's not as impactful.
So
and even to hold that Demona pause, like, what is she even gonna, apart from questing, which is bad, but she's not gonna be, you have no board for her to address either.
But this is a really good answer, because I mean, as we said, the Demona wasn't gonna have a very much impact because it would have just only exerted one character, and you would only have one combatant to play with. But now with Elsa, you get to exert the Demona. I think she's frozen because I think Anthony does have 3 cards in hand.
I think he does have 3 because I think he played her on 6, which is tricky because then if she gets exerted, you haven't played anything, so she gets stuck. The Lexington also
is also frozen.
Stuck.
I do like Elsa has this additional impact now. She was already an amazing card before, but now she can also freeze gargoyles, which is like an amazing
incredibly
to have. And kind of gets Ed a little bit back into the game here.
Yeah, and evasive, so this Calhoun has nothing to hit. Really. And if you quest, I mean, I think the Siago would love to take out Calhoun potentially.
Yeah, we have Cobra coming down, discarding an Elsa. Wow, that is very bold to gain the 2 lore. I think what we're looking at here is, I mean, the Cobra does get a lot more value here, just because you're so much closer to victory than in the previous game where he played it at 3 lore. Now he's playing it at 9. He's going to double digits now.
And really he plays the Olaf down, so he could potentially bounce this back and redo it again and just try to cycle in and less worried about Ed's board, which is still small. And more worried about, like, can I get these Cobras to get me to 20? And let's go next.
Yeah, I think we're discarding the Elsa is really just saying, hey, I'm done trying to play this control game with you. This game is ending way sooner than the first game. We are trying to end it ASAP. We are just going fast, and trying to get the victory before you actually get to build a board.
And now, here's the question that I have for you. Do you think 1 Raging Storm in Irpal? Because it's a card, it's an action, it's it's uninkable. But in this situation, I think, I mean, maybe not in this exact because he has 6 ink right now, but let's say he was at 7. I mean, he could wipe the board, do a reset, and Anthony just got rid of a lot of his cards to try to cycle to the win.
This is true. So I will say first off though that Ed is short on ink. He can't even do it if he wants to, which is unfortunate, right?
But let's just say he's at 7.
I don't want to say too much because I'm definitely testing a bunch of colors, and this is one of the colors I'm testing. I will say though that this deck looks very much closer to like red purple used to be. It really interests me because you have the purple and you have the board wipe. It just costs 1 more. I think if we cook enough with it, there's something there.
Yeah. But it is just tough because, I've played a little bit of the Sapphire Amber. Fun. Very fun with the board wipe.
But so slow.
It's slow. It's a little slow, but it's very fun. And it's very fun to get up there and then just absolutely wipe the whole board. It is set 1. Be prepared vibes.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
So I think Sapphire Amber is just Ruby Sapphire. It's just recolored a little bit. And I think this has the propensity to be close to what red purple used to be, but we do see Ed.
But what I was gonna say, just to add, the nice thing in that deck is that you can TPO it, you can do all these different things, you can get rid of it if you don't want it, you can Cinderella it. There's like you don't get stuck as much, but in Yurple, I definitely could see like if that's the card you draw at 7, you're like and. GG.
Yeah, we don't have TPO to get rid of cards stuck in our hand, unfortunately. But yeah, another Demona.
And then I did it. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say another Demona, and then we sing Strength to take out the Iago.
Take out the Iago.
It's kind of disgusting here because we were saying the Demona Wars. It's I think the new Genie Wars because whoever wins that is probably gonna win the game, and Anthony looks like he's getting more and more ahead. I think I mean, part of the problem here is Ed's not finding his Demonas. He's not played any yet, and he's just had to face 2 of them. This isn't looking great for him. He's still at 1 lore. He's trying to catch up here. Just got the Elsa. There's the Demona. It's going to help get him back into the game, but
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
so all he's doing it's what he needs, but the problem is he's so far behind right now.
Too late.
Yeah, it is a little late. He's going to be a little behind. Elsa is probably going to be taking out the Olaf here, and then the question is, will Anthony pull the snake? He's going to pull the snake.
I mean, why wouldn't you? You're
of
so
course
ahead.
You're so close.
You're going to jump your hand, and then you're going to say, sure, run your Elsa and Demona into my Demona, and I'll play down my whole board and get up to 16.
Yeah, this is a huge problem, especially because he's so close to victory now already. The Demonas don't ready for this turn, which is nice. So you have effectively bought yourself a turn. But again, like Ed only got the quest for 1 on the previous turn. He gets up to 2. It's hard. It's tough, especially with Anthony probably going to be pitching a card here. He's going to go up to 16. And threatening the win with the 2 Demonas eventually going to be readying here. He even throws a genie away. He's just saying we're not playing this control game anymore. We are just trying to go fast. None of this nonsense.
So here's
anymore.
my question for you.
Yes.
It's like I think 40 or 50 minutes. Like I know that this is a long.
Doc
long
also
time.
yeah. Sorry, that was a disgusting turn. But yeah, long time. You say yes. Oh, also a Diablo.
At what point are you scooping if you're Ed? Like, for me, I would have already given up.
Yes.
I would have been like, it's over. I want as much time for my game on the play. We're good. But I think Ed plays out this next turn.
Oh, yeah. No, I would have scooped probably 2 Demonas ago. But that is a good thing to think about, especially if you're playing in a high stakes event like a DLC or even a set champs. If set champs is high stakes for you and you really want that mat, because we got a pretty mat this time around.
Yeah,
so if you really want to win it,
this is a pretty mat.
You have to consider time. You have to consider time, especially when you know you're going to be at an advantage on game 3 because Ed's going to be on the play. You kind of want as much time as possible, especially because he's playing like more of a control deck. He's going to take time. Like it could be as long a game as game 1. If you're not going to be able to win it, it's probably time to scoop it up. But
it's time to scoop it up.
Yeah, he does find another Demona, but again, we appear to just be stalling here. There's still a lot on the board. Here's the problem. So Demona does freeze those 2 Demonas once more. So we've bought ourselves 1 more turn again because we've removed enough things off the board. There's only a Christopher Robin and a Doc on field now. They can only get to 19 unless he finds another Cobra or something, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just gonna be another turn, and the question will be like, are we gonna be able to win before that? Not unless Ed has like a Raging Storm, like you said, because if you're stalling here, you're not really questing though. Everything has to be challenging to keep yourself alive here.
Yep.
You're still at 2 lore. How long can you realistically keep Anthony away from the win here?
Yeah. And the Demonas are great, but every time you play them, Anthony is getting another set of cards, which when he was at 3 lore, doesn't matter so much, but when you're at 16 and you need to keep 1 or 2 things up, that's tough.
Yeah, it's not looking great, especially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anthony
knows what to do here, which is like, okay, well,
drop the board.
Yeah, you're gonna have to answer everything off my board because I'm at 19 lore here, and can you will you? We're gonna have to see. I would assume Ed cannot because that is a tall order. That's a very tall order.
That's a tall order.
But I think he's considering it. I will say,
he's thinking.
Yeah, he does like as we mentioned, like probably this is kind of one of those games that you probably should have scooped a while ago. They do start game 3 with, I want to say they had like 10 minutes on the clock left.
10 minutes,
which is rough.
They have 10 minutes on the clock,
that is
which is rough.
Yeah, so definitely if you're in this position, do consider just like it. You know what?
It's no shame to scoop.
No shame.
No shame to scoop.
Yeah, there we go.
Shame.
There's no shame at all. Like you know you're going to the next game with an advantage, and I don't know about you, Allison, but sometimes like a game like that where like it's kind of like a blowout does something to your mental. So like maybe don't even let it get that far. Just be like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. Like let's just go to game 3, right?
Yeah. And I will say I've played Ed, and I totally respect him because I have seen him pull wins. I mean,
I
even
have
the
definitely
first
seen him pull some crazy
even
wins.
the first game is like, oh my gosh, it keeps going, but he gets the win there.
Yes.
And I have seen him pull some crazy games just by he is very methodical. He is very thoughtful.
Very stubborn.
He's very stubborn.
What doesn't want to lose?
His wife is also part of our community.
Yes, we
bless
love
her because we love her. And hopefully he is only stubborn in Lorcana because he will sit there and be like, no, I'm figuring out my play.
Yes.
But I mean, it wins him games, so I totally get it. But I do think at this point, full disclosure, it was 9 p.m. I left the chat.
Yeah, no.
And it's GG. We're gonna tie. That's fine. I'm gonna go get ready for bed.
Yeah, it was getting very close to time, so I don't blame you at all. But yeah, I did stick it out to watch this last game. It went down. Spoiler alert! It goes down to the wire, so you guys are gonna see a kind of a close game here. But yeah,
I heard that it is the last second of the last minute of the last round.
It went so long that it was featured on the mainstream just because all the other games were over. So you guys, if you watched the mainstream, you probably saw how this game ended. But I think you missed like the first game and half of the game on the mainstream. So it was great that you get to see that here with us.
And shout out to all the ICL organizers and all the teams. They've been amazing. It's a lot of work. I think I did not recognize how much work it really was, even though we've organized events and done events. So I was like, it's work, but it's like a lot goes into keeping. It's like 24 teams together, 20 with like up to 9 people on it. It's a lot. And they have casters. They have a really slick setup. So definitely go check them out. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. CT. They have a YouTube channel. Yeah, we play on Tuesdays. We're featured in 2 weeks. We're featured in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And then they have a YouTube, and it's also on Twitch. So we can probably include that in the video description.
Everything will be down there, so you guys will see all of that. But
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's amazing because this is our first split on being a part of this. We were obviously watchers before, and it was great fun to watch it. But now that we get a peek behind the curtain, we're like, oh my god, there is so many wires here that no one usually gets to see. So great wire management. But
shout out.
Yes, but definitely. I'm sorry. As I was saying, they're on the clock now. There's 10 minutes on the clock, and they know it. They're playing fast.
Which sometimes you can play a 30-minute game and be like, my deck needs 30 minutes. And then you play a game in 9 minutes and you're like, my deck only needs 9 minutes. Because you see here, we had, I forget what this princess's name is. I don't even, she's from Black Cauldron, Ilawi? Yeah. She goes down.
Yeah.
And then he plays Grandmother Willow. Then he plays, into the Christopher Robin. Then we see the Grandmother Willow. And then on the same turn as the Grandmother Willow, we get the Royal Guard. So boom, boom, boom. And then he plays down the Sven, takes out. We see the Calhoun. Like, they are moving so quickly. But in, like, 30 seconds, we have more board presence than we had for the first 20 minutes of game 1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I think we saw Ed kind of catch Anthony off guard there because he does quest a Christopher Robin. I think he was expecting a genie to come down because that is the turn 3 play that he's supposed to play. But instead, a Sven comes down and takes out the Christopher Robin for free. And now the only thing Anthony has to respond with is the cat to follow up. And Ed has a really good follow up on the following turn. He gets a Dumbo down, cost 3. And the Sven gets to use the Dumbo's ability, get him a card. I think that was the perfect. That's exactly what he wanted to see there. But
then the Anthony, of course, he knows he has these strings. I mean, he must be mulliganing for them. The Dumbo has to go down. Otherwise, Ed's just gonna run away with it. Get 2 cards off that Dumbo and 2 lore.
Yeah.
But then, in order to do that, you are exerting your cat.
If I'm Ed, I'm happy to see that the cat is.
I'm happy to see it.
Oh, not only that, we have the Horseman Strikes. This is about to be a huge swing because the genie came down, immediately gets removed from play, and we have enough to take the cat out. If we wanted to, the Sven can go in there, but I don't see the point of doing that. Instead, I think this is what Ed's going to do. He's also going to quest the Illumineer to support the Royal Guard so they can take the cat.
Take out the cat. Yeah. Well worth the trade. If the Calhoun goes into my 1-drop, great. I'll take her out.
I'll take it. That was a great trade. Yes.
That was a great trade. And then questing with this Fen because it's got evasive. What do you care?
What are you gonna
and
do
still has the Grandma Willow up because Anthony had to prioritize those other targets.
Yeah.
Had to get the Dumbo.
Yeah, here's another Grandma Willow. Oh, this is I will say, I think he forgot. He paid 2 for the Grandmother Willow here, but I don't think he's played a card this turn.
He did.
We're watching you,
and trust
me,
the team took it back, and we're doing laps.
We're doing laps? Yeah,
we're doing Willow laps
every time,
at the gym.
Every time we forget Grandmother Willow, that's 10 push-ups.
That's 10 push-ups.
But
you get it.
Yeah.
It's we're doing Willow laps and we're doing chess timers. That's what I took back from this game for the team. That's what we're training on.
Yeah. But Anthony's trying to get back in the game
here. Yeah.
Here's the question again. Do we take the deal or give our opponent 2 cards? I think Anthony has 2 cards. It looks like he has 2 cards. And Ed's like, nope, you're staying at 2 cards. And that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I think with purple, it's still also so hard to give them those cards because then it's draw cards.
Yes.
Then it's draw cards.
And the thing is,
but that does
not,
mean
Sven's
the
not
Calhoun's going to live.
It is going to survive. That is what was bought him. But yeah, I would definitely give that Sven up. I don't think it. Oh, but this is a great turn.
Oh. Remembers the double Willow trigger,
yes.
And then Genie.
I gotta ask
Genie,
you,
on Sing.
I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
What is better than a Genie that costs 2? Like, really? A Genie that costs 2? That is cheating. You're cheating.
That
is crazy.
Honestly,
double Genie.
That was wonderful.
Yes. Ooh, and then Demona comes in.
Enchanted Demona.
A very pretty Demona. We're gonna
take out a Willow.
This Calhoun's getting a lot of value because this is another 2 lore that she's getting. So earned 4 lore so far and still alive to tell the tale. We've successfully deramped the yellow purple player now, but the problem is now we're staring at 2
And that is the hard
Genies.
thing. That is the hard thing about the Hades is that if they have a Demona, you're almost like, sure, take your cards.
Yeah, sure.
Then you have to play them out, and then you don't get to play your Demona on curve, which is what we saw here. But if they don't have the Demona, you don't want them to get the cards.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough.
Right. Yeah.
But he is going to be able to kill, I'm assuming, this Calhoun if he wants.
We're moving the 1 damage
by moving
from
the
Hades.
damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're moving that 1 damage over and make sure that
wonderful.
Calhoun is taken out. And then we get the quest for 4. Ooh, I'll say.
Who would not want a quest for 4?
As a Blurple player, because obviously I don't get to do it on 6 ink, but when I hit that 8 ink, if I get to go Genie, oh, it feels good. There's a great feeling right there.
I think that might be your favorite card. If I had to pick a card for you, I know you're 0 to hero.
Yeah.
But I think you're really Genie to hero.
Yeah.
Genie is my hero. Maybe that should be your new name.
Yeah, you know what? I wish the 0 to hero card was just a lot more meta relevant. I would have been playing it to there and back. But yeah, Genie is something else. There's some kind of feeling that he gives me.
You love him. I mean, I think I've suggested taking Genies out, and you're like, no, absolutely not.
No, I don't think so. But yeah.
And then we do see a Cobra go down, which makes sense. And then questing out because they have so little time that it also your decisions just are different because you're not gonna stand these guys up and wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
Even though there's a cat, even though there's a Royal Guard, even though Ed could get trades.
This is a very interesting choice though. The Cobra discarded a dock and he played the Yzma down with no cards in hand. So I think he was really banking on So
but Ed has the Demona.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was maybe banking too hard on the Yzma, but it doesn't end up mattering because Demona draws him the 3 cards anyway. So it looks like we're fine, and that Gambit paid off. But that was a very risky play there to get rid of that dock and just like empty-handed with just relying on a Yzma.
Which he does get the cards, but then he does not get that Demona is not going to stand back up, and Ed has a really big board.
Yes.
And he's going to be able to take some of these things out, and those Genies are just going to be getting him 4 lore a turn because what is threatening it?
Nothing. No
and then if he, if he's able to get rid of some of these other characters, you're not even going to be able to strength away a Genie or anything like that. So. So it's going to take out the Yzma. You have to.
Cat can so perfectly take the Yzma out. That's a very nice play right there.
And then he still has the ink to absolutely boost. and it looks like he's gonna go on.
So because the Demona drew him so many cards, the Royal Guard was like souped up enough that you can take out the Demona after it takes the 2 damage from the cat. So board swing back to Ed.
A well worth it trade. A well worth it trade. A 1-drop for a Demona. I'll take it.
Yeah, and then I think that's the argument between it, because I think a lot of yellow-purple, blue-purple players are still between Rafiki and the Octopus. I mean, the question is always like, do you want that guaranteed 3 damage early, or do you want this ability to maybe hit like super hard late when you have the Demonas, when you have the books, when you have genies to draw your cards? Like that's got to be the
2 genies on 6, you know?
2 genies on 6.
But for Ed, I think we know he says, why not both?
Why not both?
Because he has both in his deck.
Absolutely.
And we are, I'm not sure what our time is, because I don't think we have.
I think we are on turns here. I think we're close to on turns here.
We're on turns. Okay.
I think I want to, if I remember correctly, this is turn 0. So
okay.
Yeah, but Anthony is not really in the position to go for the win here. I think he's kind of decided the best he can do is to go for that draw and keep Ed from winning. So he does go for the trade. He does quest for the 1 just because, you know, the Cobra isn't doing very much. There is a threat on board.
He does take out the
cat. I was going to say, maybe I take that back, because you had to take the cat out because it was just sitting there.
You have to take the cat.
And he's played this genie here, actually, this 3-cost new genie, and he's going to boost it. So there is a chance that he can actually win here. There is, I think, it gets a little fuzzy here. We are playing on Discord, so sometimes it fuzzes up. But there's a Diablo. The genie could possibly quest for up to 3 next turn if they boost it again. So 3, 4, 5 with the Lexington, 6 with the Cobra, and 7 with the Hades. He's threatening 7 right now, which is close to winning. Yeah. Not exactly, but...
And if he had a Cobra, maybe, he could get up to 19.
That's it. That is true.
And then you have to clear most of this board, which is very, very challenging. With
a threat, right?
The issue with 2 genies is that these genies are not going to take out a Lexington. They're not going to take out a Cobra. They're not going to take out... I mean, they could take out that Hades, but only because it has damage. Yeah. So they're great questers. They're great for moving damage, but they're not necessarily great for doing damage.
And Elsa comes down.
And then an Elsa. Yep.
I was gonna say, if I was Ed right now,
you have to take the genie.
You gotta take the genie down. If I was Ed right now, I would not be very confident with just like that they don't have a Cobra or something. So I would try to do as much removal as I can. He does play Mowgli.
Well, now we get to see what they have.
I think Anthony has nothing in hand because he plays Mowgli. Yeah, and he just said there's nothing there. So. We take the genie out, of course.
Take the genie, you have to.
Elsa is a challenger that can't quest right now. You might as well take the Hades while you can. It has 3 damage on it for taking the cat out.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense. And then you still have your 2 genies here that you played at the same turn.
Doing pressure.
And we brought Anthony down to just 3 possible questers, and I don't think he has a way for victory on this following turn at least. And this is turn
I think
1.
what Ed was considering there too was, do I have to quest with my does he have a Willow on board still?
He just played it. I think he just played it this turn.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's a Willow and there's a Mowgli on board, but he just played both of them, so he can't.
He just played
quest.
Both of us. Okay.
But I think the thing is Anthony has to remove this board too. He doesn't have a way out, so he's just gonna crash his Diablo win to look for another card to try to find something.
Which then sucks, because now you're kind of playing, is you get rid of things that give you lore, you are playing. Oh, and he did
he drew a Cobra, which means Ed was good that he
correct. And Ed's able to quest for game, and I think he quest for game on the last round, which is
they were in turns, so it was getting really close there. But we saw that was some great plays, and I think Ed really kept his cool, especially really close to the end there. So that was amazing. It was crazy. He got the Cobra at the end too, so that definitely would have won him the game if he we've seen people like get a little too ahead of themselves. They're like, okay, I'm close to victory, I'm just gonna quest out.
And they forget the Cobra. They forget the ways that Purple Steel doesn't have goats, but it does have Cobras.
Yes, true. But great win, and Ed locks it in for the Lords of Lore. So Yeah, we lost week 1, but we made it back.
We don't back here. We don't talk about week 1.
But we won week 2.
Week 1.
We beat NVR Shift. Week 2. Very good team, by the way. So we're really proud
incredible
of our boys
team,
because these are some good competitors. So the fact that we managed to win it out, really.
I mean, it was down to the wire.
Down to the wire.
Both on our Blurple game, we don't talk about game 1. Both on our Blurple game and on this game, it was down to the wire and really could have been anyone's game. Clean games from both teams, and they were so nice. They were so sweet. We're very new, so again, some of the processes, some of like how we do everything. Everyone has been so kind and so welcoming, even though it is a competitive space. And I think that's my favorite thing about lorcana is when you just have such a lovely community. That we were chatting about old Yu-Gi-Oh, we were chatting about Disney, we were chatting about Ed's new house. This is why we did a test.
Yeah,
it was working.
Yeah, but you're back to normal. But yeah, no, it's great. We love the community. We love we love the ICL. It's been fun. We've only been here 2 weeks.
It's been
a lot of fun. But yeah, I definitely want to keep doing this. So I do really want to thank my guest commentator for this week, Allison, for joining me. Thank you, Team Mom. Thank you for having us all the time.
Anytime, always welcome.
Thank you for taking care of our team too, because we really need it. We're a bunch of big children. We're just all children. So
the sweetest of people, and yet.
But we need guidance.
So disorganized at times.
So yeah, we appreciate you.
We've been at the deals. Anytime. I love you guys. You're the best. But, shout out to the channel. Yes. Shout out to Zero to Hero. Like, follow, like. Everything. I don't know, any of those things.
You're not a YouTuber. You're okay. But
and in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Lords of Lore is on stream in 2 weeks. We are the featured match. So
all the
put
links
in your calendars.
Down below.
Come watch us. And if not, watch next week because it's going to be great teams. I don't remember who it is, but we can put in the thing who it is, or maybe you could put it on the screen. But
I'll put everything down below.
Everyone's wonderful.
That's a future Zero problem.
Yeah, that's not my business. That's your business. So.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you once again, and thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys like this, and I'll be doing a lot more of it. But yeah.
Yay!
We'll see you. Bye.